What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm
Alright.
your host, Deshaun, here at Where Media Meet Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions. Uh, Shout out to Camouflage,
Lodge.
Drop Knock. Shout out to the Venus Lounge.
That's a cat I ain't seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
I
Drop.
ain't seen the Venus Lounge. Yeah, I know Drop. I ain't seen Drop in a minute.
Drop, come through, man, and chop it up with your people,
Fuck
man.
with your people's name. Yeah. Got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. Me and Farrell gonna sit here and just speak about current shit.
Man, chop up game, man.
Yeah. It's been a minute since we didn't have one of these because we've been
Right.
having back-to-back guests. We ain't really
Quality
just sat and
guests.
just been able to just sit back and just, let's get into it. So that's what we doing tonight, yo.
But you know, iron sharpens iron, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was on the thing. What you say earlier when I walked in, that man, Kamala Harris about to pull the hot sauce in her purse.
Hell
Gang.
yeah. It's that time again, man. So,
It's election season.
Mm-hmm.
Here come a whole lot of promises and what's about to do, and I'm gonna tell you how the game
A lot
go.
of bullshit.
The ones that's on the Democrats' payroll is gonna come and tell you how you're not black if you don't fuck with them, this and that, right? And you letting the people down, right?
Yeah.
And then the ones that's on the Republican payroll gonna come and say, like the Lil Wayne types, they gonna come say some positive things about, about dude. But us regular folks that's in the middle, that's really trying to work and live, be like, man, both sides is almost useless. I used to be against that both sides thing because there is differences.
There
but
are,
at the end of the
the
day,
end goal.
at the end of the day, the ones that's supposed to be for us as melanated individuals, people of color, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
the ones that's supposed to be for us
Yeah.
ain't really doing nothing.
They never do.
The other ones who are basically like, what you got to lose? Well, if I vote for you, you're going to bring in somebody that's going to restrict rights, that's going to say this type of thing, that type of thing, okay. Police shootings, So it's like, fuck, what are we supposed to do?
Damned if you do.
Who we
damned
supposed
if
to
you
vote for? Because ain't nobody for us.
Exactly.
At least us as black men. Nobody's for us.
Right. I mean, looking at because I seen something where they were saying that Kamala, I guess, secretly or quietly reached out to some rappers, entertainers, everybody who y'all hold in high esteem. And I ain't knocking them, but I'm just saying, the one trick pony show has always been the same.
But it's a game that worked for the Republicans last time around because, like 50 said, they came at him talking about, we got $1 million for you. But he didn't fuck with it. But then all of a sudden you saw Kodak Black, you saw Lil Wayne, Killer Mike.
Influencers,
You
yeah.
saw all them dudes suddenly go for Trump. Then you had Ice Cube played it beautifully. He obviously is in the people's pocket, but he pulled I'm just asking questions. Well, what about this? You know what I'm saying? So he played it off, but so I guess they saw that it did bring in some black man vote last time. So now Kamala gonna run her version of it.
Right. The old flea flicker.
But what she don't understand is that she a bougie lawyer, this and that. At the end of the day, she's not going to appeal to us.
Right.
Whereas if Ice Cube talking or Killer Mike or this one or that one, even if we disagree, we're going to at least respect them on a player level. And then if they get to appealing to us like, hey man, if you getting money, dude gonna cut your taxes.
Right.
If you doing this, you trying to operate a business or whatever, dude gonna lessen the restriction. So those of us with the money getting mindset gonna be like, actually, why am I over here? Why have I been over here my whole life, right?
I'm not
But
in
then
it.
some of us might be like, well, you know what? Even though I'm getting mine, there's a lot of my people,
Who ain't getting theirs?
and they'll be fucked. So, because we like to talk community and all that, but when
Exactly.
it comes time to really get down for the community,
Damn, people forget. They get amnesia.
now it's every man for themselves.
Motherfuckers be high stepping.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one, man, because put you like this. With the immigration things and the fact that they ain't really done nothing tangible that I could say, hey, as a black man, I'm really cool with that.
Right.
This is the first time that I've been seriously considering since I started voting.
Mm-hmm.
I started voting as an adult, and I pretty much don't miss an election.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time where I've been kind of like, I'm like, wait, cool off the Democrats. And when I listen to Joe Biden's, like when I used to listen to Obama speak, and I know it's slick and it's
Yeah, all of
symbolism
them
and all
slick.
that, right? But I'd be like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Even though
Yeah.
I know it ain't really, I know it's just symbolic, right?
Exactly. The psyop.
They pandering, right? But I liked it.
He looked like me.
But I liked it. But when
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden up there talking, I don't feel inspired. Now I look over at Trump and I be like, man, I'm really good off dude. But I'm
Exactly.
good off dude too. So
You need the same thing. Because remember, it used to be that's the same thing where you got, like you said, you got the left wing, you got the right wing. Same bird.
yeah,
It's the same bird.
I used to didn't believe that,
Look at the
but
annals of
now I do.
history. Yeah, because all the parties did was they reversed their roles.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans back in the day were for the melanated people. They called
Yeah.
you colored back then. And
That's
the
why Martin
Democrats,
Luther King
the
them was all
Democrats was the
Republicans.
Klan.
Yeah, and then in
And
the
then they
late
switched.
'60s, it switched.
They switched. They was like, hey, let me use your Halloween costume. All right, you use mine. You go ahead. We got you. All right, Bubba.
Hey,
And motherfuckers been old.
so was it an organic switch or was they really just playing? Because sometimes they play in our face. Was
They
they
all-
really just
when-
playing in our face?
When have they not played in our face? That's the thing that niggas will always. Niggas
One
don't
thing
pay
I can't
attention to
say
shit.
about me though is if I do end up voting for Joe Biden, I will. I don't understand the passion because it's like
Mhm.
if I will vote for dude, I just go vote for him, right?
Mhm.
The people that's running around with Joe Biden shirts, like, why is that? Just the same as when people ride around with the Trump flag on this, like
Mhm.
a slick $1 billion politician talking that talk. Why are you that pumped? Why are you that team? Like it's bananas to me. Like, why are we treating these people like celebrities? Damn, my cousin
Yes.
Anthony just said
Yes, sir.
real shit.
Hey, they are, regardless of party. Exactly. Same bird. Left wing, right wing. You put them on the grill, throw
'Cause
some
even
hot
if they have
sauce on them.
disagreements amongst
the
each
bird.
other, one thing they can do is they can agree that we both all bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dork.
it's like, oh, well, I'm a Republican, I believe this. Oh, I'm a Democrat, I believe that. Well, what about them? Oh, we both in agreement that
Right.
he's
That
not gonna
niggas
get
is gonna
nothing.
stay in the back.
Right.
I mean, I'm not either party.
That's
I'm a
crazy.
free thinker.
And they got this recall going on in Alameda County and in Oakland, and
Oh, dude, that's the thing.
yeah.
I tell people all the time when it
They
comes
should have
to
elected Alyssa Victory when y'all had the chance.
yeah, that's my homie, my sister,
I just seen
My
shout
attorney.
out to her.
and she's
Just
she's
think she had a
expecting
baby
too.
shower.
Yeah, she had a baby shower at my office.
Well,
Yeah, but yeah, let's scale it down. We gonna go back to the big politics shit, but even the local shit
hmm
here in Oakland,
we got the progressives against the moderates.
and we still don't have a fucking police chief. You
After
got
a year,
you
that's
got
bananas.
you got so much shit going on. You got all these stores
hmm
leaving
Yeah.
because of crime.
But you know
You
the
got-
funny thing?
You got let me get that.
Yeah. I see what you're
So
saying.
many businesses leaving.
1 second, y'all.
Yeah, one
Break
second.
it down for
Break
them.
it
What's
down.
really going on?
You got a bunch of businesses leaving. You have insurance rates going up in California all over. So just a question or something for y'all to think about that y'all might get at 3 a.m. But is it a coincidence? You got all these businesses and whatnot leaving the Bay Area and different areas in California and whatnot. You have an influx of immigrants, and now they trying to give tax dollars and whatnot to immigrants. And I'm not against immigrants, so I'm not. Don't even try to put me in that category. I'm not one of those people. Everybody deserves the ability and the right to have a better life. The thing is, you got politics involved, and something's up. I think, I believe. It's a lot of extreme bullshit going on, but we too worried about fluff shit to pay attention to the shit that's going on. We too worried about uh, the Diddy situation, and who else get caught up in that? Diddy. They saying the Meek Mill, this, that. They that distraction, but we still ain't seen the Epstein list. You know, it's so much shit that's that's just crazy because we always fall victim to the banana in the tailpipe and switch our attention
Banana in the
to
tailpipe.
to some bullshit.
They pander. They jump. This. They literally, like you said, banana. They playing in our face.
Always, it's all in your face. It's like no, they don't even leave the men on the pillow.
And that's where you don't gotta wait till 3 in the morning to get.
Don't even wipe my dick in the sink. No, I wipe my shit on your curtain. They wipe the dick on the curtains and just
And they
walk
walk
out.
out.
The niggas still be, yeah, I'm voting for that motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like wow. It's like either one you vote for, you gotta hold your nose when you vote.
So we need to get people involved. And it ain't, and the thing about that is it takes somebody with some morals and you got to have some intestinal fortitude to battle that shit because that's a fucking cold game. I hate politics and I'm lightweight involved in this shit. Well, low
Yeah,
key,
you know.
I am on different levels, but it's a cold ass game, and you got to have some thick skin, and you got to walk a fine ass line
But the thing
with that
is, you
shit.
gotta get involved. Like I had this person that was pounding me about not being vocal about reparations and this and that, right? And I said, well, I went to a couple of those meetings about reparations, right?
Right.
And people was talking about basically fuck the politicians, this, that, and the other, right? But the only way we're going to get reparations was through some form of legislation.
Right.
So you can't be above politics and then be in situations that require politics.
Exactly.
Like right now,
You need me.
like one thing about here in the Bay Area is we don't put a lot of energy into local races. Like when it's a presidential cycle, we all come out, right?
Everybody pay attention to
But
the big
that's
shit.
why we're in a liberal area. But the conservatives come out for every election, and that's why you got conservatives in complete control of the school board, which means what your kids are being indoctrinated with, not taught, but indoctrinated with. They control the boards, they control this, they control that, they control the waterfronts.
Yes.
And then we look up and be like, hey, what's up with this thing or that thing? Or why these job programs ain't over here? Why are the kids being taught slavery was a good thing and this and that? That's because y'all only show up for the big elections.
Yeah. Y'all don't show up for the shit that matter.
And once again, that's a case of we don't want to be involved in politics. We above certain things, right? But that allows people with an agenda to really control some aspects of your life. Now, there's, and I'm not putting nobody down, but there's exceptional individuals.
Yeah.
Like you and I.
I says he.
We sometimes are able to break through to the other side. But what happens with some exceptional individuals is we get ours.
We forget about everybody else.
Right. Or we don't necessarily, because it's hard to have full careers, families, and give back, right?
It's
You know what
hard.
I'm saying? Especially give back
It's
or
hard.
support people who don't necessarily see the world the way you do because they're not sitting in the same position.
Right.
Like we can see the games that's being played. You heavily involved in the union and politics and this and that and hobnobbing with very important people.
It's a thankless
I'm
fucking
with the
job.
county, this and that, right? But then I'll sometimes hear opinions from people and I'll be sitting there like, wow, y'all really have no idea how all this shit works.
Right.
And then I tried to look into these alternative cats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was this RFK Jr. and a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
other cats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some little shit he was saying was like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to talking about bringing in Aaron Rodgers for this and that, and they on Joe Rogan, and I'm listening there like, okay. So we got Trump, Biden. I'm cool off both of them, but the alternatives sound like they bananas.
And once again, like I said,
I might not even cast no vote for.
you got to,
that.
because then people will be like, if you don't vote, you might as well don't say shit. Which I tell people, especially, I'm union, so the same thing. It's like, if you don't vote, don't complain about the shit.
That's true. Which
and
goes
which
back
is true.
to we don't want to get involved in politics,
But we
but
got to get involved in politics.
because there's going to be someone in position that only 20% of the people voted for making complete decisions.
I just like even we're gonna go back up to the commander in chief of the quote unquote greatest nation, excuse me, corporation on this planet. Um,
Yes, sir, and
yes, if you don't vote, if you don't vote, shut the fuck up.
mm-hmm.
You gotta vote. You got to. I get it. Limited choices.
Yeah.
And everybody say the lesser of two evils. It's always the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Until we get people
Because in the
who
last 3 mayors of Oakland, 2 of them did not win. But
right.
thanks to
ranked choice voting, that
their
is the
supporters being more
What's up, Keith?
engaged. Their supporters being more engaged than the other supporters. They lost the first round of voting,
and
didn't take the first place, but then through, I'm gonna call it chicanery, they're now the mayor.
It's the circle jerk.
Gene Kwan and Shane Tao. So 2 of the last 3 mayors of Oakland was not the actual people's choice, but yet they in here calling shots.
Right. It's the old 3-card Molly. And unfortunately, if you don't go or participate in your city councils, your school board meetings, all these things, or if you're not paying attention, it should get passed. And you're like, well, how did that happen? Same thing like if you live in an area that has homeowners association and you don't attend the homeowners association meeting and all of a sudden
you get fined for your
yeah,
garage.
Exactly. Like, wait a minute, you got to have a tree on your house or in your property and all these different rules.
Your house pastel and somebody there saying, I don't think no house
like
should
that.
be pastel.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, but you got to attend the meeting to control your shit. A lot of people thumb their nose up, to the real shit, and it's not because they don't care, it's because they don't know.
Right, they don't, and they dismiss it.
I'm gonna give y'all the ignorance factor first. You just don't know, But a lot of shit where the decisions are made, everybody too focused on the other shit, the fluff shit, the Instagram model or basketball bird who got a kid
Drake
that's
did this.
that's fucking this motherfucker, or the what else shit? All the shit that y'all pay attention to.
Drake had
that
sex
don't
with sexy Red.
Exactly. This rapper and leaked his junk, or this person is sleeping with 5 people, or now we got a trend of chicks putting niggas tattoos on their face, all the bullshit that don't matter. Everybody quick to pay attention to that, but the shit that matter when the who the fuck is the school board president, the superintendent, or the city council, or traffic control person, or who's the ombudsman for this part of the city that can help control or bring more resources in there. Nobody worry about that shit. Man. But I bet y'all can tell me who the fuck won The Bachelor.
Hey, my cousin Anthony say, that's why Trump and some politicians love the poorly educated. You can tell them anything and do anything to them with no consequences. And the cold part about it is, Trump is so blatant that he literally said, I love the poorly educated.
He said, I got prosecuted. I'm running well with the black folks because...
because I got a mug. Because
I resonate with them. And the cold part about it, though...
There's some people that say Trump a real nigga.
Before Trump became president, niggas was Trump supporters. He was all in the videos back in the day.
Right.
Everything back in the day.
Right.
Before he became a politician.
Stayed at Trump Tower.
And motherfuckers fall for it once again. Hey, let's change Halloween costumes. Niggas fall for the... I'm sorry. And when I say niggas, I don't just mean what the Pilgrims call black people. You're not black. We ain't gonna have that discussion tonight. We already know that. But I'm just saying, motherfuckers fall for the bullshit over and over and over and over and over and over. The definition of insanity: trying the same thing and expecting a different result. When the
Yeah,
fuck y'all gonna wake up?
yeah. And it's bananas when you really think about it. How they can literally run the same playbook year after year, and no one says, "Hey man, come on, wait a minute, man. We seen that game already."
You know the motherfucker finna do the double sweep option, tailback option.
You gonna see Kamala out there doing the Cupid shuffle with a group of
Man,
people.
man, do your
You
thing,
gonna
do
see
your
some.
thing.
You gonna see
She,
some AKAs out
yeah,
there talking about it's
they gonna
it's
be out
my
there doing
girl.
their thing, and
some
she gonna be on.
congressman
Ellen DeGeneres still got a show. She gonna be hit
or whoever's
all whoever.
similar.
She gonna hit all the little talk show
Some
segments
black
in the hood.
congressman from South Carolina, Georgia's
She
gonna
gonna
come out and say that you ain't black if you don't vote for
ain't gonna
dude.
come
There's
out.
gonna be some celebrity saying this is
Sure.
the most important election of
Of
our
your
lives.
life. And the thing about it is, even though you hear that every time and it becomes like these motherfuckers lying. No, every election is the most important election in your life.
Yeah.
Because each election and anything deals with the rules of the future.
Right.
So even though we hear that shit and you like, ain't nothing gonna change, and it's gonna be the same shit.
Well, the
It's
thing,
only the
yeah,
same shit because you don't ain't involved enough to make shit change, or
yeah,
you don't know who's involved trying to change shit. And the capital is one of the things that, because campaigning is a motherfucker.
yes.
So if I'm a independent person with good morals and I'm really trying to change some shit, I may not
You don't
have the
have the bread
resources
to
as
reach the
these
people.
incumbents or these other people who back by these
Hmm.
super monster corporations and
But that's where the
whatnot.
local politics come into play. Is that we got to show up and vote people locally because it don't matter who's in the White
We
House.
gotta
If
move
you got city
eventually.
council, county
Yes.
supervisors, ombudsmen,
Yeah.
BART board, this and that, who actually reflect your views and beliefs.
You got to.
But you know, one thing that's funny is that you got all these bigger politicians who are all sit with the same song and dance,
Mm-hmm.
but then we'll let them slide, but you can't let your local people slide.
Oh no.
When it's time to vote for governor, when it's time to vote for mayor, when it's time to vote for city council, when it's time to vote for the school board,
Mm-hmm.
the BART board,
Yes.
the Port of Oakland, when it's time to vote for those things, man, you got to show up and vote.
You have to.
You got to show up and vote to dictate who's going to be in those positions because those are the things that are actually going to affect your daily life.
Very much so. And at the same time, not only do you need to vote, you need to hold the people you vote for accountable.
Yeah.
The same way a politician can come to you during their campaign saying, "Hey, I want to do this, this, and that,"
Yeah.
and
Don't live up to not one
And
promise.
you know, I'm a part of an organization that has questionnaires. We you know, we give people questionnaires and have politicians come and we'll talk to them, ask them questions, and how to get our endorsement, along with the other brothers I know that do the same thing. I'm not super heavily in it. I'm involved in it in an aspect. I am, you know, but when they don't be held, you got to hold them accountable. Because you can come ask me for your vote or you want my endorsement and give me the song and dance and shit, and then you in office and you ain't doing shit. But if I don't do the nothing to hold you accountable, the same
Yeah.
shit just continues.
Hey, without it's a cycle. And it will not break unless the people come together to break it.
You got to do something different. I was taught early to get something you never had, you got to do something you never done.
You know, and I hate to borrow your line,
Mm-hmm.
but that's something you'll probably get at 3 in the morning. But once you get it, you really got to live on it because, like the other day, I was trying to close a deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had this mountain of paperwork and some of the shit. I'm like, man, fuck, I need to be an attorney to sort through some of this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I remembered something very important. I'm trying to get in a lane that I've never been in. I'm trying to get some money that I've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to pick up my game and do something I've never done. I can't be like, oh, this is too intimidating, or
You
this is
got
too
to.
daunting. You gotta step forward. So you can't be comfortable.
Comfort zone kill dreams.
You gotta be willing to step up and do because to get because like you said earlier, you're doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. That don't work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do something you've never done. You got to get active.
Yes.
You got to, you know what I'm saying? And then, and also you got to talk to people because like they said in the 60s, each one got to teach one.
Yes.
And if you be like, well, I ain't going to be talking to people about that. I know I'll be talking to niggas all day about Drake,
Yeah.
LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, all
Yeah.
that type
We'll
of
shoot
shit.
the shit
So
about sports or
shit that ain't gonna do nothing
the
to improve their
Instagram
life.
models with the BBLs, and we'll always talk about that shit.
Speaking of that, man, I was looking, man, today. I don't know if you ever watched Black Ink, but there's a
I've
chick
seen
on
it
there,
before, but I
and
never
her
was into
mother
it.
who's like 65, is on the Instagram showing her BBL. So the 65-year-old woman went and got a BBL, and all I can think about is
You should be a grandma, chilling. Don't get me wrong. Live your life. Love yourself first.
if you
Same thing.
65 and you trying to go get some cakes, man,
Hey,
stop it, man.
hey, same thing with It's in the same realm. I made a post because I'm cracking up. Everybody with these AI pics that they
Mm-hmm.
doing now, and I get it.
Yeah,
Some
what's that
people
all
just doing
about?
it to do it. And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, what? One, I got a
Is that what you
reason.
would look like in a perfect world? Is that what we
I,
going?
I,
What's
I it's a double edged sword. I get it if you're doing it just for the fun or the this that. So I ain't knocking the people that do it for those shit. But the people it's false advertising in one sense. If that's what you're trying to present,
right?
I get the hey if it's
That's modern day catfishing.
for real though. And I done seen some shit that be like,
I seen one, but I was speak on it too much.
I done
If
seen
they,
something.
if
I'm
they
like,
end up
don't get
watching
me
it,
wrong. I
they gonna
seen
know
something that's
it's
cool. I'll be like, oh, that's cool as fuck.
they
Cause
gonna know it's a shot at them.
I get the yeah. Don't do that. I see the ones where I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I get the shit, but with the whole AI shit, that's a whole. I'm just. We give our likeness up every day, all
Here go,
day.
let me give you a little tip on AI. If you in any type of creative endeavors,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of what you doing, AI is going to
Replicate,
su-
sweep
undercut
in,
you.
and move you out
And
the
if there's,
fucking
and
way.
then a lot of you guys who are working corporate type jobs, this and that,
Yeah,
or this and that, in 10 years or 15 years, man, AI is going to make a lot of you
obsolete.
unemployed. So you got to start looking now, because one of the great things about investing
Mm-hmm.
or making sure the future is you got to be able to kind of predict where things going.
True.
Like I see these, like I go to a lot of those spaces, people talking about investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see people talking hella down on real estate, right? And they got millions of views, and people is being, because that sound clever.
Mm-hmm.
But your grandpa and everybody in your family that was wealthy. They got wealthy because they owned land and this and that, right?
You gotta
So
have
don't let
land.
these people who are trying to get clicks and views come and tell you don't do that, because let's say it's 10 years from now and AI done eliminated 40% of the jobs, right?
Mm-hmm. What you got left?
But no matter what's happening, people have to have somewhere to live. People have to have places for storefronts, this and that. So get in on these things now. And also get in on AI.
Yeah.
Invest in certain things, and then you will
Cut
be
your,
cool.
cut,
But
cut
if
your
you
throat
don't,
slowly.
because certain jobs and stuff like that are
Mm-hmm.
going to be gone. Right now, they
True.
want you to go into a fast food place and order from the kiosk. They
Mm-hmm.
want you to go over here, this and that. I went to Shake Shack downtown, and the lady was like, "Oh, order from the kiosk," and it was cashless. And I was sitting there like, "Hey, I'm old. I'm 50 years old. I'm old. I'm not doing all that shit. Come take my order."
Mm-hmm.
But and I could get away with that now. But let's say 4 or 5 years from now, I'll
Right.
look like a madman. They'll just call the police.
They be like, motherfucker, eat at home.
But what people don't understand is that that's less cashiers you need, less
Right.
this and that. Every
Sa-
grocery store, every place
That-
you go, want you to go
Exactly.
to
Self checkout.
self-checkout.
Exactly. I'm
They're
union.
going to start cutting. Jobs are going to be cutting. You're going to have automated retail jobs. You're going to have Chat GPT for this. You're probably even going to have college professors being replaced because Chat GPT going to just teach the class.
Exactly. Like you, same thing. You got stores where you can go in and everything you pick up,
Yeah.
it charges to you because you already got your transponder, whether it's your Apple Pay or
You
whatever.
don't even have to interact with
Yeah.
a
Nobody.
person.
You just go in, you grab your shit, and if you walk out with it, it charges you.
Yeah.
Everything is designed to get rid of you, motherfuckers.
So you got to be able to future-proof yourself.
And we sign up for slaughter like lemmings, just running to the edge of the cliff.
I heard on
I've
YouTube.
never used actually no, I have once. I had to use a self checkout because they actually didn't have any live reps in the store. It was a Home Depot, and I'm like, I want to use a live person. Oh, we don't have any. You got to use a self checkout. I'm like, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Anthony. But you know what's funny is that
True
let's
that.
say because even like say in entertainment, which is something that we do, right?
We do that well.
Between the holograms and AI, like I went on YouTube and they had Michael Jackson singing the Beatles through AI.
Oh yeah,
right?
that shit. Yeah.
So pretty soon they're going to be creating entertainers
Mm-hmm.
who are going to be singing original songs in Michael Jackson's voice.
And you ain't gonna be able to tell the difference.
And then they're gonna send that AI hologram on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is gonna be replaceable in a few years. So
Or you also gonna get another double-edged sword, devil's advocate, for this AI, like you said, them using people's voices, likeness, faces, and all that. Like I said, y'all keep up with them AI pictures all y'all want. You fuckers gonna learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Now you gonna get the
and
video
you're giving them
evidence.
facial recognition.
Right. Now you giving up your facial recognition. So now you involved in some shit that you didn't actually do the shit, but we got video evidence of
Yeah.
some shit.
We got proof. They got the deep fakes. They got
All
you
that.
know what I'm saying? I seen a video of Kamala Harris was
seen a show.
gifted in a porn.
I watched a show on Netflix. It was a dating show.
Mm-hmm.
And where it was couples, and they split the couples up, just like Temptation Island, where they put all the women go on this set with the hella dudes and
Mm-hmm.
So they had this, and it was called Deep Something. It was basically a deep fake deep state situation where the dude and the girl sitting there talking, and they ain't doing nothing. But when it comes to the where the mate, they partner, see the video, it can show them kissing, and they react and make their moves on their side of the island based on that. Could you tell if it was real or fake? And I'm like, motherfuckers better.
Man, they gonna really y'all think the
Everybody
moon landing
lining
and all
up,
that
signing
shit was
up for the
fake?
shit. Next thing you know, it's going, oh man, he was there, he did it. Like, I wasn't even there. Well, we got a video that now, if you can't remember, like, we got a video. And the thing is, you might not have did it.
Yeah.
If I put this video out and everybody got this phone that they keep in their hand 24/7, that shit, the story out now is, just like you said, they talking about all the celebrities with they shit, which y'all should still be on the Epstein list and all the motherfuckers. But we
That
focusing
came and
on
went, didn't it?
exact. But that's because we focusing on niggas, because they like, oh, we gonna throw niggas out. There you go, Hennessy. Niggas like, oh, Hennessy, let's drink. They gonna focus on that. Fuck. They like, fuck, we don't want about this shit no more. We don't want the Grey Goose and this shit and the Belvedere. No, we want Hennessy. If you niggas threw Hennessy, niggas was like, oh, it's Hennessy. We
They
gonna
was
focus
beating
on the
the shit
niggas.
out your boy Diddy.
Them,
It got to the
all
point where niggas was making up completely outlandish shit. And he was like, yeah.
you got
Yeah.
that. You got the comedian beef shit. You got all this other bullshit going on. And we ain't, this list was supposed to have been released, all this shit.
Yes.
Niggas done forgot about that shit. Why?
Absolutely.
Because niggas is like Pavlov's dog theory.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a car. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Niggas pay attention to the wrong shit.
But just think, though, One thing though that I'm trying to find the silver lining. So I'm like, if you could bring back some of these cats, bring back their grandma as a
Oh
deep
yeah.
fake and use the AI to talk, then it's almost like you could FaceTime with people. It's like you'll never lose somebody.
Matter of fact,
You know?
I'm like, ooh, I got one for you. Love this. You gonna love this. So, cause we older.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Friday
And
the
for the record,
13th?
I didn't give a shit about my grandmother, but anyway,
I love mine. So
I
mine, one of
never
mine's
heard
still
that.
alive. But look, remember Friday the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Jason had a fixation on his mama. Remember back in,
Right,
remember
right.
the movie?
That was
She
the
put the
original
sweater
Friday
on.
the
Yeah.
13th. Mm-hmm.
Remember she put the sweater on, was acting like his mama. That's the original deep fake. She put the sweater on and was Jason, and then she came out and chopped the mama head off.
That's wild how in the original Jason died, and then he got to the point where this nigga was just unkillable. Only
Mm-hmm.
part I hate about that because I was just watching a horror movie
Yeah.
on Tubi,
Shout out to
so I'm
Tubi.
I'm already not have huge expectations. But the
Yeah.
thing is that you can take off running
Mm-hmm.
from the person, and you running damn near
Mm-hmm.
here to across town,
You doing the Cat Williams
and then they
4
walking like this, right?
mm-hmm.
And then you trip and fall, and they right there.
Because they got the pause button.
Like that shit has always been ridiculous because it's like this: if Jason show up down, and I get a lane, I'm gonna be downtown before he
I'm out.
get around the corner.
I'm out. I'm still trying to think what else been going on. Oh, they made the judgment today on the prosecution.
Oh, good old Fanny.
Fanny.
Fanny just couldn't keep it professional.
So another distraction
Mm-hmm.
because you got the
Much love to you though, Fanny.
yeah. I ain't mad at you. I'm
Man,
disappointed,
you about to get in
and
the
I'm
history
disappointed in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But my thought on this is this distraction ain't accidental
Mm-hmm.
because everybody talking about her private life and all that shit don't matter and woo 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 woo. You niggas is in your feelings.
It's the real world.
Exactly. You niggas is in your feelings.
You can't be a prosecutor colluding with this and that. You know,
You
it's
can't.
the real world.
I
Even though it
get they
does
be like
happen,
white
but
people
when you
do it
get
all the time.
Exactly.
And I get that.
But she don't got white privilege. So
Exactly.
if you're trying to make a move for us, if you're trying to make a
Gotta
move
be-
for our people,
gotta
you got to
be
be
on
above
point.
reproach. And
Gotta
you
be on
can't fall
point.
back to, well, the white folks, this and that, because we already know the game is stacked against us.
Right.
We
Because
already know that the playing field ain't level.
it never has been. And the thing is, all this shit distracting because the plan was for them to prosecute him and so he couldn't run.
Yeah. And now, that's
Now with
over.
all this shit that you got this whole distraction of booty calls, DA booty calls,
Yeah.
and then postpone this trial. Now he gonna be
Election
on
right there,
he on the
November.
election. He on the ballot.
You know, the funny thing is, I was talking to, unfortunately, this ridiculous conservative,
Mhm.
and not a real conservative, because most of us as black people, we're conservative by the way we raised. We believe
True.
in personal responsibility.
Mhm.
We believe in hard work. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Certain things that are imposed on us in society by
Yeah.
like by the alphabet computer. We don't support them type of things. So by nature, black people is conservative. We just don't lean towards the conservative movement due to the fact that many people who are flat out racist,
Mm-hmm.
who are flat out hateful, they hide behind being
Mm-hmm.
a conservative, or they hide behind the fair play, but really what they
They
mean
not.
is white supremacy.
Right.
But unfortunately, I was talking to this white supremacist, right? And I asked him, I said, we was trying to have a moment. And I asked him straight up, I said, if you really about conservative principles, more family values, these type of things,
Right.
I said, how on earth could you support a man like Trump? He obviously cheated on his wife, he did this and that, and some people be like, oh, that's that man business. But no, if you out here talking about family values,
Mm-hmm.
then I need to see some family values. If you something, and he said, well, we wanted the judges. We don't care about that stuff. And that was really the thing.
Right.
They didn't care that Trump was enriched himself. They don't
Mhm.
care Trump was morally incorrect, even though they claimed to be moral. They wanted the judges, and now the judges have reversed abortion,
Mm-hmm.
reversing affirmative action,
Right.
reversing the Civil Rights Act, These are the things that they've been trying to do for 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
and they were never able to do it till they got Trump in office. They
Exactly.
couldn't even do, like people say this and that about Bush or this one or that one. They still couldn't do it under even them.
True that.
But under Trump, they was able to do it. This is the type of things that really can affect your life. And that's why Donald Trump is so valuable to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been wanting to get rid of abortion. They've been wanting to get rid of affirmative action. They've been wanting to get rid of civil rights and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've got a man in there who stacked the deck on the Supreme Court. And a lot of these people that they put on there is 40, 50 years old. These people are going to be on there for the next 30 years making decisions. So you got to show up and vote.
You got to. Even if, here's the thing. We need more people to step up.
Mm-hmm.
You
But you got
won't
to educate
change. You got to
yourself and
be,
everything like that.
and you can't expect just because I could wake up tomorrow morning and say, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Yeah. Now what do you
We finna do change. We finna do it different.
What separates that from just talking about lip service? As
Exactly. You can talk about it, but you gotta be about it. Conversation run the nation. Procrastination is a violation.
Speaking of being about it, man, I'll be on Twitter.
I need to. I want to get on Twitter, but I can't. I don't fuck with Elon like that because he be on some bullshit.
And all this week, they've been pushing complete degeneracy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever the worst examples of something. That's literally what they've been pushing. And I've been like, but then Elon got on there the other day.
Oh yeah, he
And,
just has some bullshit. Go ahead.
You know, talking about black pilots, black women, and this and that. And I'm sitting here like, here's another example of people playing it. But like, if you black and you bought a Tesla, you are tripping.
You are a
That
fucking.
man is not playing off who he is.
Because he was in an interview and they was asking him questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I only seen the clip of it, and he was like, I don't have to answer these questions.
Yeah.
But y'all so quick to, because it's
His people
popular.
really admire dude because he's a billionaire.
Because it's popular, you know. And I've been in the same room with dude.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and I was like, I wasn't impressed. But, and I'm not saying I'm somebody super duper duper. I'm not, actually,
Right.
I'm not gonna say I'm not, because then I'll get that to the universe. I am, but, but I'm just saying that y'all better stop putting y'all faith, y'all money, y'all decisions, your lives in the hands of people who don't give a fuck about you.
Man, at all.
You'll get that at 3 in the morning.
And actually don't have a problem with showing you again and again.
In your face. You know, like you go into the bathroom, you don't wipe your hands on the clean towels, the decorative towels. You use a paper towel. These motherfuckers come in your house and they wiping their hands on the decorative towels.
Hey, using the display soap.
Yeah.
They just in your house disrespecting.
Disrespect you.
And they reaching in the pot, serving themselves first.
Need more salt.
But one of the things, though, is that unfortunately, we got a couple generations of our people who are proud. Chris Rock once made a comedy routine about like niggas love not knowing shit,
Yes.
and we
Because ignorance is bliss.
And then sometimes we put people forward like I actually detest that boy Charleston White because I think he's a buffoon. But he did say some real shit when he said, when I was trying to be serious.
Y'all wasn't fucking with me.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he had to go into ultra clown mode. Now,
And
my
niggas
thing
paid
goes,
attention to it.
unfortunately, though,
That's the cold part.
I think when he first went into clown mode, he was trying to be like, oh, once I get this light, damn. Once he get this light, he was going to give it to him real.
Mm-hmm.
But then, the money,
Mm-hmm.
the this, the fame.
Exactly.
Came, and now he's just on some clown shit because
He was
when
just
we
out here
lied to
last
tell
week.
Malcolm X that that celebrity is a powerful narcotic.
It is.
So I think
Fame is a hell of a drug.
I'll give Charleston the right the benefit of the doubt on. I think that he meant well. I think that he meant well, and then he switched over to the buffoonery in order to build his celebrity to give the message.
Mm-hmm.
But then once he got the fame, once he got the paper, once he was going on tour, once he was living a life that he never dreamed of,
Yeah.
he abandoned his principles.
Exactly.
But the bottom line is still the same. He clearly said, when I was serious, when I was going to door, when I was trying to organize for elections, for movements, this and that, I was treated like gum on a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I started with these antics, and now I'm
Everybody's
world
seeing
famous.
it. Everybody's seeing it.
That's the
Everybody paying
difference
attention.
between having 3,000 followers on Instagram and having 1 million followers, and people literally buying tickets.
He was just
The
out here
club.
with Tommy T's last
Exactly.
week.
Sold it out, packed it.
And the thing is, it's like I tell people, regardless of what you do, business, sports, entertainment, politics, whatever, you got to be aware of yourself.
Yes.
Because they know your vices, whether it's alcohol, weed, drugs, women, weather.
Just even somebody.
If you into some of that weird shit,
Just so happen somebody that's down with the weird shit will pop up.
they know you.
Here go the whopper. Mike Tyson literally used to have a dude on his payroll. They called him Gator.
Mm-hmm.
And dude would literally walk around behind Tyson shouting, "You're the best. You're the man." Like, look at some of his walkout videos. But he didn't just do that walking out to the fights where you think pumping
He
up.
did that shit while nigga going to the grocery in the
Right.
morning. He brushing his teeth. You the man.
Right.
It's
But-
you.
But we thinking that it's comical, but on the other hand, this man was really actually on the payroll to walk around and shout positive shit. And so that whatever your kink is, whatever it takes to get you
There?
performing for them people, they will find a way.
Right.
You all of a sudden, you got a weakness for cocaine. Everywhere you go, everybody's just gonna happen to have a line on
You
them.
want to two? You want to do this? We got it.
If you
You like
like
to party?
strippers with the BBLs,
It's
all
good,
of a
my
sudden,
guy Floyd. What's happening?
everywhere you go, suddenly that's gonna be there. If you just some people just be like need to be needed. Like I saw Mike Epps has got an interview floating around,
Yeah.
and he said some really real shit. He said when he was all fucked up on cocaine,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd be sitting there crying, his main nigga would really give him love. Like, man, you all right, nigga. You gonna be
Yeah.
all right, nigga. We love you and this and that, right? And he would get that love and encouragement that he needed because he was misfilling the void.
Right.
But when he was not on cocaine, he was working out and he moisturized and everything like that. The same nigga would be like, you think you better than us. So there's certain people that'll come around you and they want you in despair.
Right.
Like I seen like Mary J. Blige. I seen somebody say, "Oh man, Mary J. Blige been too happy on these last albums. I like Sad Mary," and I'm like, "Shit, Sad Mary was on coke and
Right.
suicidal. We don't want Sad Mary.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Sad Mary music might have been better,
Mm-hmm.
but if I really love Mary, I don't want Mary sad.
I want you happy.
But as you aspire and as you rise in this life." There are people who will latch on to you, but they only want you to be at the level that they found you.
Right.
And those people, they know this.
Yeah.
And so as you rise, they know how to control you through these type of things.
Yes.
Like I said, whatever your vice is, whatever it is, these people, these COINTELPRO type people, these CIA, they study body language, they study the science of this. What do you call them when they can be like, oh, if he did this and he did this, okay, then he's a
Predictive
serious
behaviors.
killer. He probably didn't
All the
have
predictive behaviors.
Yeah, he didn't have a
It's
happy
psychology.
childhood. He probably had a pet that died. Like they can
So-
predict your whole life.
Right. So there's studies where I can ask you a series of questions of describe your house. Walk up to your house, describe it, how it looks, how everything, and I can profile you basically based on what I know, based on your answers, and it's on point.
Yeah. So they got that type of science and been having that type of science. So if we put $1 million into an entertainer, you don't think you ain't hired somebody to tell you everything this person gonna do under pressure, without
Yes,
pressure. If a groupie happens to come by, this and that.
they know.
Come on, man.
They
And they use
reporting.
that to. I saw. You ever see that movie, the Elton John movie?
No, I didn't watch that.
They had it where he met Chuck Berry in the movie, right?
Okay.
And Chuck Berry was like, "Man, you next. Basically, you next, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got true talent, right?" He said, "But man, you gotta be careful with them people, because they're going to give you everything that it takes to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna give it to you."
So they can use it against you later.
And sure enough, as his star gets bigger, there's the drug dealers, there's this, there's that.
Elton
And
John,
he was gay, but he wanted to keep that image.
yeah.
So there was hella women who came around that was willing to be, I guess you call it his beard.
And Elton
this
John,
that.
and for those that don't know, he was their response to Little Richard.
Yes. Yes.
They that's why they was pushed behind him, and he's very talented. So I'm not knocking Elton John at all.
Yeah.
But
He
if you-
was that, like Pat
you-
Boone,
yeah,
Elvis. So many of them are a response to
to
who we got cracking.
melanated people. They like even back in the day when you had jazz musicians, a lot of musicians, they didn't pay them in cash. They paid them in dope.
Yeah.
Because I need to keep you strung out. That's your fix.
Yeah.
Because hey, you gonna perform in these juke joints or whatever, but I'm paying you in dope. And
And the cool
opium.
part about it is that a lot of black CEOs that came along pulled the same antics.
Exactly.
What they say, meet the new boss,
Same as the old boss.
Because I saw a documentary on George Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
and he was taking youngsters,
Yeah.
16, 17, and he was taking them on tours. They'd be gone 2-3 months. And then when they would get off the tour, they would party so much they'd be hooked, and they'd be like, okay, well, here's your pay. Or but they might be owed $5,000, right? But they'll put up like maybe $1,000 worth of dope.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could take this dope, and the youngsters would take the
Yeah,
dope.
like, oh man, I'm keep the party going.
Right, but you actually shortchanged yourself, because if you took your cash,
Right.
you could have. But they got the dope. But he was intentionally keeping everybody high so he can underpay them. And some
Exactly.
people got to the point where they was going on tour with him just to be high.
Exactly. Same thing like we talked about last week about cats selling their catalogs because you're so in debt to the label.
Right.
Yeah, of course, yeah. On paper it says, and that's not saying everyone is like that. You do have exceptions to everything, but
But
a
when we
lot
get to
of
talking
them,
about
that's
he
what it
made
be.
$100 million off this, that actually he didn't, because with the loans that and advances he already took plus the 18% interest, he actually was already in debt. He ain't
Right.
walking off for no $100 million and this and that. Because that's why you see cats selling their catalog and they still out here dropping albums and touring. They ain't going off into the sunset off that shit.
Right, and if you really want to know, your money is on touring. You get your money on touring.
Yes.
That's where you get your money at. The label shit is all the other shit, but you want to get your money as an artist. Your money is in touring.
But the flip side though is but if you go on tour, you can't bring the whole hood with you and 30 cats.
That's
You can't be out
expensive.
there getting those shootouts and,
Yeah.
and groupies and dope, because then you come off the tour and you didn't make any money.
And
Your
have-
one lane, your one opportunity to make money, and you fucked that off.
You can't be having them ridiculous writers.
Oh, I only want blue and green M&Ms.
For real, nigga.
I want twisted lemons with
All right.
Perrier water.
I come
poured
to the
over
show. Everybody can't look at me.
it. Shout out to Lauryn Hill.
Nobody can look at me backstage. That's some.
Hey, and that was actually in Lauryn Hill's rider, that when she was doing Rock the Bells tour, when she walked into the room, everyone had to turn and face the wall, and no one could make eye contact with her. And if you was a tour person you had to talk to, she had a dude that wore a white robe that would stand next to her, and you'd have to come to him and say, with Miss Hill, and you have to call her Miss Hill, but you couldn't talk to her directly, like
Right.
she's the cognac bottle. Miss Hill, like some water. And the dude would turn, they would like to know if you like some water. And then she'll talk back to dude.
And then he
Tell
go,
him I'm fine. Then
"Get
he'll
the
tell
fuck
you,
out my face."
Miss Hill said, and
That's
it
that.
was literally like if you made eye contact with her, you could get fired if you was working on the tour.
Yeah. Motherfucker, I dropped my pen. Oh, fuck, I gotta go. I ain't did shit, but you gotta go off with your head. That's that
Right.
bullshit. Niggas.
But But see, that's the one thing. They knew Lauryn Hill was one of the most biggest artists in the world,
They
right?
pumped her head up.
And she had broke out with that miseducation and all that, right?
That shit was
They
hard.
knew one of the ways to control her was through the
You think?
religion, this and that. So they suddenly put a dude around her who was suddenly like this type of guru. And next thing you know, a lot of people don't remember. Lauryn Hill actually ended up in prison fucking with dudes on tax evasion, this, that, and the other. Fucked off her whole career. But
Mm-hmm.
they needed to break her, and that's how they did.
Exactly. So you guys out there, please pay attention to the everything,
And if you
because
start bubbling and suddenly there's a spiritual advisor around you, your grandma is your spiritual advisor. She gonna pray for you. You gonna be all right.
it's like, remember that story? The bird was on the farm. He was on the farm, and the cow. It was winter, and the bird was on the farm, and the cow came and shit on the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Now the bird is covered in shit.
Mm-hmm.
The
But he was
cat
warm.
came. He was warm, yeah, but the cat came, licked the shit off of him, and ate the bird.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, everybody who shit on you ain't your enemy,
And
and everybody get you out of shit ain't your friend.
yeah, for real though, and that's old school. I remember that from elementary school. Um, what we got going on? It's March. Oh,
Upcoming, nothing really.
I know, I already know. I know what I'm finna say. It's a lot of you niggas finna turn Irish this weekend. All right, yeah, that's yeah. I'm going there
But you
before,
was
before we
quiet as
go.
fuck on Black History Month.
Yeah, you niggas that's finna be fuck me in green beer and all that shit. And I'm not knocking the Irish or nothing that,
Kiss
but
me, I'm Irish church.
I will not celebrate the destruction, annihilation, and the genocide of the Twa people. So
Which is basically what you're doing.
that's what you're doing. You really are. So know your history. If you don't know your history, read a book,
Because if you don't know your history, you are doomed to repeat it.
or you doomed to just get left out. You won't repeat it. You just be left out. That the doomed to repeat it part is true to some aspects, but you just be so far out the loop to where you don't even matter.
Who we got guests for next week?
We don't actually.
We're gonna dig.
Oh, actually, I got some potentials.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting on some people to confirm. I'm not going to say who yet, but I'm waiting on some confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few. But y'all be safe this weekend.
Yes.
I know it's spring break. My son is spring break next week out of college, so chilling. Y'all be safe, man. Thank everybody tuning in. What we got
Thank
going
you.
on though? We got
Nothing much really, man. You know, it's a couple things. It's a couple things cooking, but nothing really can be presented yet.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, no details, just results. Shout out to Tiffany and Annette.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they still filming.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for my part. In fact,
Yeah, I know.
I need to check the app.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the homie Cat Bobineau, in the know with Cat Bobineau.
Mm-hmm.
She be doing her thing with science and STEM. Y'all need to get y'all kids into other stuff. STEM, NASA, space, all that shit. Tell everybody where they can find you at, my guy.
Hey, everybody can find me at Pharaoh Films on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. I'm on everything.
Everything. As a matter of fact, make sure y'all check out Vampire in Oakland. It's on
Amazon Prime.
Amazon. Yeah, you know.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I'm
Spend
in
some
that
time.
thing. You see me real quick? I'm in there. I got credits though. I'm in the credits too, so you can
Yes,
see me.
indeed.
I'm doing my thing, building my IBMD up, whatever that shit is.
Get yours, man.
You know what I'm saying? Anthony, what's happening, man? We're gonna have to get you down here one day, bruh.
He be playing.
Yeah, we're gonna get you down here
Let's
one
get
day.
him and Kayla back down here so we can get a rematch of the sports talk.
Oh yeah, let's do that. We good.
Oh yeah, Kayla, hottest fish grease.
We gonna do that. I'm with it. I'm Deshaun. You can find me at Cognac_Confessionals on IG, Cognac Confessionals on Facebook, Cognac Confessionals on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Everybody, make sure y'all be safe though, man.
Yes, indeed.
Because
Peace.
you got to get there to be there. If you ain't there, no one cares. Make your vote count. Pay attention and look both ways before crossing the street. Because if you
Yes,
don't,
indeed.
you get hit by some shit. And another thing to remember, you could be on the right track, but you get ran the fuck over if you don't move. And now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, catch y'all next week, man.
Peace.
Be good.